and silences the barrel of a gun. Unless it reflects the sadness in the eye of the tiger as forests disappear. In fact, the dot is the center of your universe and of ours. The dot is the essence of NDTV, the essence of just one word: trust.
As early as possible, the 9-judge bench should determine.
The court can say the judgment will apply prospectively.
There's no question of naming another question.
Fake currencies did not come back.
With great respect, no, it doesn't work that way.
To some extent, it's political in nature, but let's look at the facts of the petitioner.
This is NDTV. No noise.
And has said farewell to us and moved on to light up another part of the world. Well, we'll do so shortly. But we here in the capital, the national flavor of celebration with the beating retreat continue.
CDS जनरल अनिल चौहान का आगमन विजय चौक पर। धीरे धीरे गण्यमान्य व्यक्तियों का आगमन हो रहा है। बीचिंग रिट्रीट में सभी बैंड धुनें बजाते हुए मार्च भी करते रहते हैं और साथ साथ तरह तरह की आकृतियां भी बनाते हैं। ये सब बेहतरीन तालमेल और समन्वय के साथ किया जाता है। रक्षा राज्य मंत्री का आगमन।
This year, the number of new elements being exhibited in the display has increased a fair bit. Of course, many new formations have been included. The drummers' call for the first time will be using an instrument called the post horn and will include special effects like lightning to enhance the impact of their formations. And some of the formations are really complex. We will be seeing them, and our camera positions are such that we are going to bring you the best views, the best pictures, and seeing the formations in their entirety. The Indian Navy bands, the first march that they will come in with is the Golden Jubilee, and the band will form a ship, a submarine, and a scene of a torpedo leaving the ship and hitting and destroying the submarine. Of course, then the naval bands also will showcase Rabindranath Tagore's composition Ekla Cholo Re. The band will form an animated Gandhi Charkha, and culminating the last and final formation to the naval song Hum Taiyar Hain, during which they will form a saluting seafarer on behalf of every valiant man and woman in white who stand in solidarity to our national goals. The Air Force, of course, will have space flight. It's a quick march, Trishul formation, the symbol of air power. Then they have Charkha, which is a slow march. They'll form a spinning wheel in remembrance of the freedom struggle and the father of the nation. And there is going to be an Aparajye Arjan, a special music composition, and which is a lion formation to celebrate the India theme Atmanirbhar Bharat and 75 years depicting Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
विजय चौक जो आज मंच है बीचिंग रिट्रीट समारोह का, वहां आगमन देश के रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह का, उनका अभिवादन किया गया। आज का ये समारोह बीटिंग रिट्रीट जो गणतंत्र दिवस समारोहों का औपचारिक समापन होता है, उसका ये विशेष समारोह जिसमें संगीत भी है, रोशनी भी है। जब रायसीना पहाड़ी पर सूरज ढल जाएगा तब बैंड आखिरी धुन पेश करेंगे। रिट्रीट के बिगुल के साथ राष्ट्रीय ध्वज को उतारकर सम्मान के साथ ले जाया जाएगा। उसके बाद प्रिंसिपल कंडक्टर राष्ट्रपति से अनुमति लेकर यहां से प्रस्थान करेंगे। ये सभी बैंड वादक सारे जहां से अच्छा की धुन पर यहां से रायसीना पहाड़ी की ओर ओझल हो जाएंगे। संगीत के महासागर के बाद दृश्य बदलेगा। ऐतिहासिक विशाल इमारतें सिनेमा के बहुत बड़े पर्दे जैसी बन जाएंगी, जिन पर आदिकाल से अमृतकाल तक की भारत यात्रा को प्रोजेक्शन मैपिंग के माध्यम से सबको विस्मित करने वाली प्रस्तुति होगी। और फिर उसके बाद एक बहुत बड़ा आकर्षण आज के समारोह का, जब 3,500 ड्रोन रायसीना के आकाश में एक एक करके चमत्कृत करने वाली आकृतियां रच देंगे। ड्रोन शो आईआईटी की स्टार्टअप टीम की मेहनत का परिणाम है। और अब प्रतीक्षा एक एक करके यहां पर जो गण्यमान्य व्यक्ति पधार रहे हैं आज के समारोह के लिए। बेहद खास विशेष कार्यक्रम, ये समारोह जो सैन्य परंपरा का प्रतीक, उसे पूरी भव्यता के साथ हम मनाते हैं। अक्सर ये लोगों के मन में प्रश्न उठ सकता है कि सैनिकों का काम तो युद्ध करना है, तो संगीत भला कैसे? जो आज इस कार्यक्रम को देखेंगे, सुनेंगे, वो विश्वास करेंगे कि ये देश की रक्षा भी करते हैं और इनके हृदय में संगीत का सागर भी बहता है।
We'd also like to share with you that what would seem effortless today, the arrangements here, the absolute perfection in the drill and the marching and the compositions, a lot of effort and practice has gone in. The marches and the playing of the wind instruments simultaneously is not easy. And these musicians need to practice every day to build special facial muscles and finger muscles for the perfect display that they present here. And we can see the arrival of the Prime Minister's carcade here at Vijay Chowk.
गण्यमान्य व्यक्तियों की उपस्थिति किसी भी समारोह को गरिमा और भव्यता प्रदान करती है। राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर राष्ट्र का समारोह, और आगमन हो रहा है देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का।
A slight drizzle welcomes the Prime Minister at Vijay Chowk. Welcomes come in different ways, and of course there is the people element and then there is the nature element.
आज दोपहर बाद से ही दिल्ली में हल्की हल्की बारिश स्वागत करती हुई देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी, उनकी अगवानी की गई। सबसे अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री
The dignitaries now await the arrival of the Vice President of India, and after that, in a short while from now, the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, will reach Vijay Chowk. The tricolour will be unfurled, and here we see the first visuals of the President emerging from Rashtrapati Bhavan.
दरबार हॉल से होते हुए राष्ट्रपति जी का प्रस्थान विजय चौक के लिए उन्हें एस्कॉर्ट कर रहे हैं राष्ट्रपति के सैन्य सचिव मेजर जनरल रंजीत मनराल, उप सैन्य सचिव ग्रुप कैप्टन अभय फंटसालकर, मेजर रोहित रसगोत्रा और लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर सनिल पारुलेकर।
The President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces. very, very special beating retreat ceremony for our president. And since she has taken oath of this office, this is her first beating retreat ceremony as the chief guest. The president's bodyguard ready to salute their supreme commander and then escort her in perfect tradition to Vijay Chowk.
विशाल और भव्य राष्ट्रपति भवन का प्रांगण और अब राष्ट्रपति जी को सैल्यूट दिया जाएगा। उसके बाद वो समारोह पूर्वक प्रस्थान करेंगी विजय चौक की ओर।
The President's bodyguard, also referred to as the PBG, their commandant, Colonel Anup Tiwari, gives the command, the salute is given, and now this contingent of the PBG will escort the President. Commandant Colonel Anup Tiwari and the second in command, Lieutenant Colonel Ramakant Yadav. 46 bodyguards on magnificent bay and dark bay colored mounts. Raised in 1773, the President's bodyguard, the oldest and senior-most regiment of the Indian Army. Slight drizzle has picked up over here, but from the demeanor, from the perfection of the wheeling of the mounts, you cannot make out that there is another element in the weather.
विजय चौक पर आगमन हो रहा है देश के माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी का। माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री जगदीप धनखड़ और उनकी पत्नी डॉक्टर सुदेश धनखड़। अभिवादन, स्वागत। और इधर बीच बीच में बारिश हल्की और कभी-कभी तेज होती हुई एक अलग तरह का ये समारोह। और इधर माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी का काफिला रायसीना पहाड़ी की ओर से बढ़ चला है विजय चौक की ओर। बीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह के लिए आज के समारोह में जो संगीतकार संचालक यानी कंडक्टर्स हैं, उनमें सेना बैंड के सूबेदार मेजर दिग्गर सिंह और विशेष संचालक यानी स्पेशल कंडक्टर लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल गिरीश कुमार यू, नौसेना बैंड एम एंटनी राज मास्टर चीफ पेटी ऑफिसर सेकंड क्लास, वायुसेना बैंड वारंट ऑफिसर अशोक कुमार, पाइप्स एंड ड्रम्स बैंड सूबेदार मेजर बसवराज बग्गे, सीएपीएफ बैंड असिस्टेंट सब इंस्पेक्टर प्रेम सिंह, बिगुल वादक नायब सूबेदार संतोष कुमार पांडे और प्रिंसिपल कंडक्टर यानी प्रधान संचालक आज के समारोह के फ्लाइट लेफ्टिनेंट लईमा फोकपम रूपाचंद्रा सिंह।
A washed look, but definitely not washed out. It's amazing to see the stillness and the demeanor, even of the mounts, as they continue to move slowly, gracefully, and in perfect rhythm. Once the President arrives here at Vijay Chowk, the national anthem will be presented, the sounding of the fanfare by the buglers, and then that will be the cue for Vijay Chowk to resonate with the color and creativity, with the harmony and blend of quick and slow marches, hymns, reels, the blues, the yellows, the oranges, and the gold. The buglers heralding the arrival of the President.
परंपरा भी, सादगी भी और भव्यता भी। प्रजातंत्र के उत्सव अनोखे, इन्हें मनाने की परंपरा का निर्वहन हर बार बेहतर करने की भावना से किया जाता है। और विजय चौक पर आगमन हो रहा है देश की माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू का। आज के समारोह की मुख्य अतिथि माननीय राष्ट्रपति। माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी का आगमन, उनका स्वागत किया गया माननीय प्रधानमंत्री, माननीय रक्षा मंत्री, रक्षा राज्य मंत्री और तीनों सेनाओं के अध्यक्षों द्वारा।
The rain picking up pace. Well, so are the activities over here. So is the music and so is the ceremony. Going to pick up pace now.
rise for the beating retreat. Those in uniform will salute.
समापन समारोह समाप्त हुआ। ट्रेन को ले जाने की आज्ञा दे महोदया। ट्रेन को ले जाओ।
प्रेसिडेंट बॉडीगार्ड द्वारा राष्ट्रीय सैल्यूट होगा।
We do what we have to do. That's the motto of our men and women in uniform. And as the inky darkness descends here, there is light. Light from within, light lining the corridors of power.
प्रकाश में और भी खिल उठा है हमारे गणतंत्र का रंग। ऐतिहासिक इमारतें, हमारे लोकतंत्र का मंदिर, संसद भवन, नॉर्थ ब्लॉक, साउथ ब्लॉक, रायसीना पहाड़ी पर पूरा इलाका रोशनी में नहाया हुआ। संगीत के सुरों ने जो छटा बिखेरी, उसे रोशनी ने जादुई सा बना दिया है। पूरा माहौल कोहरे की चादर में लिपटा हुआ, बारिश, लेकिन रोशनी से अब पूरा माहौल बदल गया, खिल उठा पूरा इलाका।
Our military bandspersons performing with such brilliance, energy, as if wearing an invisible raincoat of training, dedication, and utility.
दर्शक भाव विभोर और बहुत उत्साह। आज के पूरे कार्यक्रम में बारिश होती रही, लेकिन हमारे वीर सैनिकों ने संगीत का जो समा बांधा, जो जादू यहां बिखेरा, उसके हम सभी साक्षी बने। और उसके बाद अब टेक्नोलॉजी की सहायता से इस रोशनी का जो प्रभाव है वो और भी बढ़ता हुआ। पुरानी सैन्य परंपरा का ये भव्य और नया उदाहरण माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी दर्शकों का अभिवादन स्वीकार करती हुई।
The President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, greeting the viewers here. It's been an amazing performance of fortitude by the audience too. Their encouragement to the performers, their constant cheering, their applauding, the formations has been so inspiring for all to see.
आज का समारोह बारिश के बावजूद बेहद भव्य, beating the retreat.
The air perfumed with sentiment and national pride, the timeless melodies we heard a bridge to the past. And embracing the moment, magical moment that spoke and said, let there be light. Let the radiance smile with the night. And in my contours lies hope outlined of a strong and fair future for all to find. The President's bodyguard will now escort the President to her official residence, the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू इस भव्य समारोह के समापन के बाद विजय चौक से प्रस्थान कर रही हैं।
राष्ट्रपति अनुरक्षी बनेंगे, सेक्शन सरगम कदम कदम।
The only thing that seems to have dampened is the ground. The spirits high, the audience full of patriotic fervor, and of course, tradition carrying out its role of anchoring and keeping us solidly grounded.
46 घुड़सवार अंगरक्षक जिनकी कमान संभाली है कर्नल अनूप तिवारी ने और उनके सेकंड इन कमान लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल रमाकांत यादव समारोह पूर्वक बढ़ चले हैं अब रायसीना पहाड़ी की ओर। प्रधानमंत्री जी और उपराष्ट्रपति जी से विदा लेने के बाद माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी अब राष्ट्रपति भवन की ओर प्रस्थान कर रही हैं।
Winter has this powerful way of foregrounding the importance of warmth in our lives. And here, despite a slight wind picking up and it becoming chillier than normal, it is the warmth of national pride that warms our spirits, uniting us as a people, as a nation.
आज शाम सारे जहां से अच्छा की धुन गूंजती रही और हमारे सैनिक रायसीना की ओर ओझल हो गए। अगले वर्ष हमारे सैनिक फिर लौटेंगे संगीत का जादू फिर से जगाने के लिए, फिर चाहे आज की तरह बारिश आए, कड़ाके की सर्दी हो या कोहरा छाए।
The evening's cloak of inky velvet embellished with the colors of diversity. An adoring audience showering love, patriotism and admiration, suffusing the crisp winter air with the glow of reverence and pride, and a resplendent corridor of governance. With the power to empower, will now celebrate with its surroundings. The colors of celebration will now become one with the air as it takes this message all across that India, though held strong by its ancient roots, has now spread its wings to take off, bearing in their wide span the aspirations of a young population, vibrant democracy and inherent creativity. We are the world. We look at the world as a family, interactive, interconnected. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is now seen off the Vice President. And moving around the enclosures to wave and greet this stoic, resilient and hugely participative audience.
Brotherhood in the country. It's not just a yatra to bring religions together, it's a yatra to bring everybody together. It's a yatra that is aimed at expressing to people that we are all one, we should respect each other, all communities, all languages, all religions, all castes. We will only move forward effectively if we embrace each other, talk to each other, iron out our differences and move forward together. And that message is gone as far as the yatra is concerned.
Kashmir News Bureau se Imran Naiku.
The concrete position of the Congress party with regards to Jammu and Kashmir politics, that you will have to discuss with our PCC president and our local unit here as to what they will be doing.
राहुल जी, चूंकि आप जानते कि 5 अगस्त 2019 के बाद बीजेपी ने जम्मू कश्मीर के जो स्टेट के लॉज थे 164 स्टेट लॉज को खत्म किया। इसके अलावा नियर अबाउट 800 जो सेंट्रल लॉज है वो जम्मू कश्मीर में इंप्लीमेंट किए। कांग्रेस जब भी पावर में आती है क्या इन लॉज को रोल बैक किया जाएगा?
Jaram, what is our...
Well, you have answered this question in Jammu, that all the land rights and the job rights of the local population will be fully protected.
So one of the main issues that has been coming up here is the fact that people's land is being taken away from them. We've been very clear on that issue. As far as restoration of the democratic structure here, we are very clear. And once the assembly is in place, the assembly will take those decisions.
कश्मीर न्यूज ऑब्जर्वर से ओवैस अहमद.
Hello. Hi, sir. I think you have answered a lot of questions that were in my mind. I'm just quite simple.
Yeah. You can try some other questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you can repeat some of the ones they've already asked 3 or 4 times.
Actually, I had a lot of questions in my mind, but almost everybody has. Yeah, I can pass on, please.
One second. Let him ask. You ask. This is the first time I've come across a journalist who's saying that he doesn't want to ask a question. This is good.
I didn't get the exact answers, actually, I can say, but most of the questions you have heard and you have given the answers of that. You're talking about statehood restoration of democratic process. I think the present government has already stated that we will give it, whether this time or any time else. But my question would be about this. I'm sorry, take me time.
This is the first.
I'm sorry. The present dispensation is talking about the Naya Kashmir. Did you recognize anywhere? What are your observations? Has the ground situation changed? If you talk about Naya Kashmir,
I didn't meet. I walked through Jammu all the way here. I met the people of Jammu. I met the people of Ladakh. I met farmers, small business people, youngsters, everybody. I didn't meet pretty much anybody who was happy. You know, I felt that almost nobody was excited about what was going on in Jammu and Kashmir. So, I mean, it was my experience that I didn't meet anybody who was excited or happy about what is going on.
Rahulji,
No, that's what I'm answering your question. I mean, that might be an idea that the BJP has, but I didn't see happiness on the ground. क्या बोलिए पूछिए.
No, press conference is over. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. This is not a free-for-all press conference. Please sit down. Please sit down. Supriya, please. Supriya, please.
No, see, the Prime Minister of India feels. The Prime Minister of India is
in the country who's under the impression that the Chinese have not taken any land from India. I recently met some ex-army people, and even the Ladakhis have clearly said, delegation from Ladakh clearly said that 2,000 square kilometers of Indian territory have been taken over by the Chinese. They also said that many of these patrolling points that used to be in Indian territory are now firmly in Chinese hands. I keep repeating that the approach the government is following by completely denying that the Chinese have taken our land is an extremely dangerous approach and is going to give them confidence to do even more aggressive things. I think the way to deal with the Chinese is to deal with them firmly and to be very clear that they are sitting on our land and it is not something we're going to tolerate.
Not media views, media hierarchy, media personal thanks to ground.
Rahulji, one photograph.
Yeah, no, 1 second, sir.
No, Rahulji, please don't take. Please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Please don't. Please sit down. Please sit down.
Please.
No, please sit down. Please sit down.
The press conference has come to an end. Please sit down. This is not a free-for-all press conference. I'm sorry. A press conference is run according to rules and procedures, which was explained to you beforehand. The press conference is over.
Okay, I want to just conclude a little bit here.
Let Mr. Gandhi have his final word, please.
I want to talk today to my friends in the media. Look, I always I appreciate the work that you are doing in the media. I watched you sit in front there in the media van in the heat, all the way from in the cold, in the heat, all the way from Tamil Nadu to Kashmir. And I'd like to thank all of you. You have played a very important part. Of course, we do complain that your networks aren't responsive to the opposition and they don't raise the issues of the opposition, but we do appreciate what you're doing. And so I'd like to thank all of you. It's been a very pleasurable experience for me. The whole yatra, also my conversations with you, the press conferences I have with you, they're always fun.
Rahulji, before you came, I explained to our colleagues in the media that this is your 13th press conference in the last 135 days, and I wish that your example is emulated by some others. Thank you very much. Yeah. Rahulji will take a photograph with you.
All right, so that was Rahul Gandhi speaking in Srinagar as the Bharat Jodo Yatra reaches a conclusion, winding up with him thanking the media for their participation in the yatra, covering it over the last over 140 days. Jairam Ramesh of the Congress also pointing out that Rahul Gandhi has, as he put it, had 13 press conferences along this yatra route. Making a pointed mention there, reference to Jairam Ramesh, making the fact that Rahul Gandhi takes press conferences as opposed to the Prime Minister, according to the Congress, who has not. So this was the Bharat Jodo Yatra that is now winding up. Rahul Gandhi today unfurled the tricolour at Lal Chowk. It was last unfurled at it was his great-grandfather, Jawaharlal Nehru, who had also first unfurled the tricolour at Lal Chowk, which was in 1948. Rahul Gandhi, accompanied by his sister Priyanka Gandhi, hoisted the tricolour earlier. Earlier there had been, this as the yatra concludes, over 4,000 kilometers, over 75 districts of the country, starting from Kanyakumari on the 7th of September. It is culminating in Srinagar. Tomorrow is going to be the last day where the party will be holding a public rally attended by opposition parties. Lots of interest and all eyes on who exactly will be attending the conclusion of this Bharat Jodo Yatra, which members of opposition parties will be attending and which will not, will certainly be analyzed closely by the press. So Rahul Gandhi holding that press conference. Let's go across to Ankit, who is on the ground there in Srinagar. So Ankit, the yatra ends. All eyes now on that big rally tomorrow, and who will be accompanying, who will be attending, because this really, all eyes will be on whether there is going to be opposition unity tomorrow. Ankit?
Yeah, hi, sorry, I missed your question because there is the press conference has gone over and a lot of media commotion. Many people couldn't even, in fact, ask their questions. But the fact is that two big headlines, in fact, coming out of what Rahul Gandhi said. One, of course, the commitment of the Congress party, as he reiterated that the first thing, repeatedly he was asked questions on Article 370, and he dodged them by saying that we have a stated position as far as the Article 370 is concerned. But the big headline that came out of this press conference of the interaction is that when he was asked about the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir, he almost threw a challenge to the central government and went on to say that if the situation is so good, why doesn't Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, walk from Jammu to Lal Chowk in Kashmir like I have done? And he also, in fact, went on to say that there are daily killings and bomb blasts which are taking in Jammu and Kashmir. So all this talk of Naya Kashmir doesn't hold much water. So this, in fact, coming out as a big headline, and this would be more or less would, of course, be reacted to by the Bharatiya Janata Party. We can expect a strong reaction from them as far as this story is concerned. And apart from that, of course, the official booking as far as the Bharat Jodo.
All right, so Ankit, they're reporting on the conclusion of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, that press conference being held by Rahul Gandhi that just concluded a few minutes ago. And the main takeaway, Rahul Gandhi asked about the security situation on the ground, and Rahul Gandhi taking on the government at the center and the Home Minister specifically under whom security falls, pointing out that there has been a huge increase in the number of attacks that have been seen in the state over the last year and a half. And Rahul Gandhi putting the blame for this squarely at the door of the Home Minister, asking him that if he believed that the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir was good, then he himself should be able to undertake a walk through Jammu and Kashmir as Rahul Gandhi has. So that's the news at this hour. We're going to go in for a short break. After that, we'll get you a special report from the world of sports, from the Spanish football as it spreads its wings. Stay tuned to NDTV.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked
the show where the country speaks its mind.
This is a first step in the direction of giving women at least a fighting chance.
This is all wishful thinking. Today also you see 23% of our girls are married off before 18.
Your mirror to what India thinks.
Everybody had that second thought, how could you be in fashion because you don't look like a person in fashion? And that for me needed to change.
We the People with me, Sarah Jacob, only on NDTV. If you care about it, we'll talk about it.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, news that informs and inspires.
Facts build stories, but opinions shape them. And we are here to bring you both. A 360-degree look at the day's top stories. We are not afraid to take a stand.
No agendas, no excuses, no whataboutery, and no obfuscation.
The last full budget of the Modi government before the 2024 elections.
And with state elections just months away,
NDTV will decode the numbers, the politics, the business, and the promises of Budget 2023.
What exclusive analysis and perspective.
The budget and you. It's happening right here on NDTV 24/7. Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism, but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360,
Gadget love.
Gadgets 360, Gadgets love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all.
This is the Basque country. Hemmed in by the Pyrenees, this rugged yet beautiful region of northern Spain is a country within a country. Historically extending into parts of southern France, the region is fiercely proud and protective of its unique traditions, customs, language, and most importantly, for its love for football. A region which has historically been plagued by civil wars, dictatorship, and most recently, the notorious terrorist group, the ETA. The Basque region today has become popular, peaceful and scenic tourist locations, known for its beautiful scenery, unusual traditions and fantastic food.
La Liga. The Spanish Football League has a massive fan base in India, thanks to the global appeal of teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. But over the last 5 years, since the inception of the league's investment on various fronts, the awareness and popularity of other clubs like Real Sociedad, Osasuna and Athletic Club have grown in India. The bid to increase accessibility for the Indian fans has also led to other success stories in these 5 years, including a massive rise in social audience, establishment of several grassroots development initiatives, and creating strong relationships with local partners.
Formed in the year 1909 in the coastal city of Donostia, San Sebastian, Real Sociedad is well and truly the resurgent giant of La Liga. Sitting comfortably third in the points table, the club is on the rise, raring to repeat the roaring success it enjoyed in the 80s, during which time the club won 2 consecutive La Liga titles, beating Real Madrid in 1981 and Barcelona in 1982, also winning the coveted Copa del Rey in 1987, beating Atletico Madrid. The Real Arena, the home of the Shuri Urden, previously known as Estadio de Anoeta. The stadium was redeveloped keeping in mind the fusion of 2 different architectural styles together, maintaining much of the open structure of the previous stadium at the same time, bringing the stands nearer to the pitch in order to make fans feel closer to the action. The design, which recalls San Sebastian's famous Cursal Auditorium, the Real Arena is a new concept of the sports facility, equipped with the latest technology and facilities, earning them the honor of the 2020 Prix Versailles for Sports, one of the most prestigious prizes in the world for architecture and design. This is a place that the entire city takes pride in, an emblem which provides a unique identity to the people of San Sebastian. Located less than 10 kilometers from the center of San Sebastian, this is the reason for the club's success. The club's academy, Zubieta, this is the engine that powers the club. Youth development has always been the motto behind all Basque clubs, and the investment into the facilities at Zubieta has reaped the rewards for the blue and white. As many as 17 members of Real Sociedad's current first-team squad have come through the club's academy, making them the side with most youth team products in the first-team squad, across Europe's top 5 leagues. The academy boasts 6 11-a-side pitches, 4 of which are natural grass pitches, a gym, a film room and a dining area. This success is also attributed to the efforts of this man, Roberto Olave, the architect behind Real Sociedad's rise in the recent years. Roberto returned to the Basque club in 2018 and now oversees football activities at the institution. Under his guidance, Real Sociedad have brought in a number of exciting young talents, such as Mikel Merino, Taki Kubo, and the 4-time Premier League winner David Silva. A former player at the club himself, Olave's influence has been impressive. Sociedad qualified for the Europa League in 2019-2020 season and won the coveted Copa del Rey Cup in 2020 against their derby rivals Athletic Club, ending a 34-year trophy drought in the process. Formed in 1898, no team stirs the Basque blood like Athletic Bilbao. The only Spanish club, apart from Real Madrid and Barcelona, never to have been relegated from La Liga Santander. Los Leones or the Lions are synonymous with the region. Their famous Basque-only selection policy means that players playing for the club must either be Basque-born, have a grandparent from the region, or are predominantly trained in the region. Just like their rivals from San Sebastian, Athletic Club's success in La Liga Santander is a result of investment in their facilities, putting significant amount of money towards their coaching staff, top quality medical and fitness staff that shape the wings of these young players for a career in professional football. Legacy is something the club preserves and thrives on. For example, this bust of legendary Athletic Club striker Rafael Pichichi Moreno, sitting proudly in San Mames, a testament to the history the club's foundation are built on. Rooted in the city of Bilbao, this is the den of the Los Leones. An architectural marvel, the stadium is the finest exponent of post-industrial regeneration. Sitting on the riverfront of Nervión, the renovation of the old stadium has taken into account the fantastic atmosphere of the old stadium and integrated it in the new one. Just like the Real Arena in Sociedad, the roof has been angled down towards the action.